As you've been exploring the game world in the First Descendant, most likely you've come across these little holograms which are sort of hidden away in the nooks and crannies of the world. Now, as you are getting close to them, you can essentially use either on your keyboard and mouse, it's tab, or on a controller it would be one of your analog sticks, and essentially it'll create this ping around you. And basically what you're looking for is the direction that you're looking in. If you get this sound that you're hearing in the background now, if that sound plays, then you know that there is one of these hidden caches in that direction. And then you can simply explore it, usually in a cave or a little hidden area, something like this, and you will find one of these code analyzers in there. Now, these code analyzers need keys to open them up, and there's 3 different flavors of these caches that you get. You basically get the normal one, and then of course you get the precision code analyzer, and then you also get an ultra precision code analyzer. Now, how do you get these keys? They come from killing difficult enemies in the world, and they have a very small chance of dropping from essentially every elite that you kill in the world. So simply by playing the game, you will get these to drop, and these are the specific keys which drop in the normal mode of the game. Now you can basically open this up, and what it does is it starts a small mini game. And again, this mini game, how difficult it is depends on the type of key that you're opening. So a normal code analyzer like this is super easy, and it'll pop open, and the rewards that you get in there are actually basically the rewards that you need for some of the big unlocks later on in the game, some of the big research that you have to do, and some of the ultra characters and big weapons that you eventually want to unlock. Now, at this point in time, they basically, when you unlock these, and especially if you go for the precision ones or the ultra precision ones out in the world, then the quality of the loot that you get is going to improve. But there's always a chance of you either getting some of the currency in the game like Kuiper, or you're basically getting the materials that you're looking for. However, there is one specific descendant who actually has an advantage when working with these caches and opening them up. So if you are able to unlock Enzo, you will notice that Enzo actually has a passive skill which is specifically tailored to finding these hidden caches out in the world. More specifically, when you're looking at this, you'll see that the second part here is encrypted storage box. Now, as I mentioned, there's a little mini game that you go through to unlock these, and then of course there's the rewards inside. Now, Enzo's passive here augments all of this. It makes the mini game itself a lot easier. Those of you that have tried to open up ultra precision caches or so will know that it's quite difficult. You have to hit the ring 5 times, and it rotates quite fast. The little sliver that you can hit it on is super small, and of course you can fail, so it can be super frustrating to actually get some of these open. Now, Enzo's passive essentially makes this entire minigame easier. It makes it rotate slower, it makes the zones that you can hit bigger, all of that. So it's just all in all like a much more pleasurable experience, basically opening these up. But the other main thing that it also does is it makes it so that you always get the reward that should be dropping in the cache. So instead of you having to sometimes have a situation where either the material that you can use for the research drops or some of the currency Kuiper drops, you actually get both. You get the maximum value of both if you open up these with Enzo. Furthermore, you can do this in parties. So as long as one person in the party is the Enzo and he's the one that opens up the cache, it will drop the cache material for everybody at the max value of the Enzo that's opening it up. You can do this with a level 1 Enzo. It doesn't have to be leveled up because the passive skill does not level up. So it's straight at the beginning already. This is pretty damn good. So you can basically have one person have the Enzo, and you can go around and open these up. Does it mean that it is not worth opening this up if you don't have Enzo? No, you can still do that, but absolutely, if you're thinking about min-maxing your characters and going and farming these materials, Enzo is absolutely the way for you to do this. So just an example here, I'm going to be opening up, this is a precision code analyzer, so this is the second tier. And when you open this up, you're going to see nice, we're going to get the actual material itself. Well, here's the mini game, as I said, so you can see the rotation is a lot slower. There's less rings that you have to open up, so instead of opening up 3, you only have to do 2. And there we go, we get the material and we get a decent amount of Kuiper. Okay, then I have another example here, which is actually an ultra precision analyzer. Now, by the way, these are completely random. The area in which they spawn is always static, but the type of analyzer that's spawns differs. So oftentimes you have to sort of like run around the map, memorize where you can find these, and then simply check. And what you're looking for is an ultra precision code analyzer like this. That's going to give you the maximum amount of rewards in normal game mode. So here you can see once again the mini game, instead of having to do 5 rings, we only have to do 3 with Enzo, and we get a fat amount of rewards right there, a huge amount of Kuiper, and of course the material as well that we need to be able to do the crafting, or rather the research. Now bear in mind though that this also differs in hard mode. In hard mode you have a different set of 3 keys. They're actually called code breakers, and these also allow you to open up for even more rewards. Opening up a ultra precision code breaker with Enzo in hard mode difficulty will give you 75,000 Kuiper shards per pop by opening these up. So it is super lucrative, and if you can find a way to essentially farm these and get a bunch of these in a row, you can rack up 400, 500, 600,000 Kuiper. Easy peasy, as long as you have those keys to open it up. But again, because you're playing hard mode, you'll be fighting a lot of difficult enemies, and you'll get a ton of those keys. And that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any further questions around this activity. It took me a little bit of time to figure this out because the tutorial is not that great with this, but it is actually super awesome. And by the time I started opening up these caches, I had a huge amount of these keys, so I was basically just walking away with a bunch of Kuiper, and so can you. Keep an eye on the channel, tons more First Descendant content coming. If you like it, go ahead and like this video, comment on the video, sub to the channel. I appreciate the support, and it helps us with the algorithm. Other than that, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next video, fucking cheers.